Out here. So I wanted to do a quick little video, and another one of my videos I had talked about my RAM mount broke and I was going to go with a different mount. So this is the RAM mount X grip part, and as you can see, one of the rubber tips came off, and I will say that I'm 98% sure that it was user error, meaning when I put the phone in I didn't quite get it all the way in, so my phone was kind of sitting like this and the air pulled the phone off and I lost one of the rubber tips. You can buy these rubber tips, and actually I see now why, but I was watching a video from Motonosity and he said he always takes these off and then puts a dab of glue on there and puts them back on. I kind of see why now. I've been using this X grip from the RAM mount for about a year, and I really enjoyed it. Recently I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the Quadlock, and I was kind of thinking about changing over to that, and I kind of use this as an excuse to upgrade to the Quadlock. So as you can see here, I've installed the Quadlock, and what it is it's just the Quadlock part is just a piece that attaches to your existing RAM mount pieces. So the mount I have right now just goes underneath of a bolt. I'll show you when we get on the bike. I'm not really a fan of this one. I had one that just clamps up here. It's a U-bolt, and actually I have a piece in the mail. It's at the post office. I just have to go pick it up. But what it is this piece right here comes off for the brake lever and master cylinder, and then it has another one that goes back on, but it just has the little ball for the RAM mount. So we'll see if that works or not, but this isn't too bad. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick little review, just kind of my things I noticed and that I do like about it. So I ordered the case. Of course you need the Quadlock case. I have the iPhone 10 and they sell the case for many different phones. I have a universal one. They have it for, you know, the Samsung Galaxies, all the different iPhones and stuff like that. And you can buy a whole kit, but I was using the RAM mount pieces, so I just bought this piece, the actual Quadlock, and the case. So this is the iPhone 10 case for the Quadlock. And I noticed when I got it, the first thing I noticed is it's very simple. For some of you that might be good. For some, you might not enjoy that. I like it. It's just plain. It's black. It's simple. I noticed that it feels a little stiff, but it has a kind of a rubbery feel at the same time. So if you are in the car or whatever, it doesn't just slide all over when you set it down. It absorbs some shock, but I haven't really dropped the phone, luckily, but it seems like it's pretty protective. Over the edges, it does come just a hair, so if it lands face down, it will, you know, kind of semi-protect that. Like I said, very sleek, very simple. I've added my sticker. And then you've got the Quadlock piece here. So the downside, what I think just takes a little getting used to, is it's kind of hard to get set in there just right at first. I'm already getting better at it, but all you do is you set it a little bit at an angle. See, I got it already. I'm getting better at it. You set it and you feel it kind of click in, and then you turn it back the opposite way and it clicks into place. And with that, it's gonna have to rip the entire thing or the case, or if you crash or something happens bad enough that this phone comes out of that mount, your phone is the least of the worries. The part I really like is taking it back off. So with the X grip, you know, it wasn't difficult, but you needed two hands. You had to close it and then pull your phone out. With this, you just push the little blue tab down and you twist it back the other way again and pull it right out. So you can see, you latch it down in there and you're good to go. So we're gonna hop on the bike. I'm actually on the way to the post office, gotta run a couple errands, and I'll talk a little more about the setup in general. So I wanted to continue my moto vlog about the Quadlock here, but thanks, dude. Trying to moto vlog here. Alright guys, let's pick up where we left off here now. Talk about it while it's actually on the bike. So I've got the Quadlock mounted here, and I had it there. I'm not really a fan because it puts it kind of low. I like it right in front of me because I can just kind of glance down when I'm using GPS or anything, and I don't have to actually fully take my eyes off the road like I do here. But one thing, there's a few things that I do really like about having it mounted on the bike is one, I don't like to have anything in my pockets while I ride. And I also don't like vlogging while at a stoplight. That's really boring. So let's pick back up after we get going again. Alright, so like I was saying, I don't like to have anything in my pocket while I'm riding. I like my pockets and everything free of any junk. Some will argue that that's actually even a little safer, because if you do crash, you don't have anything poking into you. So I guess that's just another upside of everything. Another thing I noticed is that the Sena does really good about picking up my phone, but it almost like it needs a direct line of sight. When I put it in my pocket, when I put my leg down to stop or anything, it feels like it sounds like it cuts in and out a little bit. It's having a hard time getting a connection. So we got that going. You know, you've seen my moto vlogs. I do a lot of random adventures and exploring, and I like having my phone I can use for GPS. You know, not just the sound, and I kind of see where I'm going and what I need to do. Another thing that I like about the Quadlock over the X-Grip was the X-Grip had a little bit of play, like it moved left and right just a little bit, and I don't know if they did that for a reason or not, but it wasn't enough to tilt the phone where you needed it, but it was enough that it made it annoying. So you'd just be going and the phone would wiggle a little bit sometimes. I didn't really care for that much. This is solid. The thing I like too about using the are you pulling over or not? No, you're just gonna make me catch the light. Okay, that's cool too. The thing also that I like about using the RAM mount setup for the Quadlock is that there's so many adapters. I mean, you can do everything with a RAM mount. I mean, car, motorcycle, home, everything. They have so many different mounts. Another thing is, when I'm not using my phone, I can put the attachment and have my GoPro here, so I can record where I need to go. So it also doubles as a GoPro mount. And another thing that's a little bit smaller, may not make a difference to you, but I enjoy it, is the phone mount, plain and simple, is another thing hanging off the bike. I don't care for it. I deal with it because the functionality of it is absolutely amazing. With the RAM mount, it's just that one little screw here and the ball, so it's super easy to take off when you're not using it. So if you're doing something else, track day, or if you have a show bike and photos, i.e. the Ruckus, I can easily take the arm and the little ball part off, and all I have is just a little mount, and it's a much cleaner setup. So those are just a few things that I enjoy, and that one's not a huge deal. Either way, it's pretty easy to take off, but you know, it's nice, and I can switch it easily between the Ruckus and the car and the Supermoto and everything. It just makes everything so much cleaner and easier. So yeah, that's my quick rundown of the Quadlock, and I really enjoy it, and I'm glad I switched to it. So I'm Ruckin' Scott. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Click the bell up top so you get notifications when I upload new videos, and as always, ride safe.